this on keto to lower blood sugar overnight, a single simple dinner pattern that can help steady your fasting glucose by morning. If you've woken up feeling sluggish, noticed your glucose creeping up, or worry that high mornings are chipping away at your independence and energy, this video is for you. I'm your senior vital health host, not a doctor, but someone who spent years helping older adults use food and movement to feel stronger, steadier, and more in control. Today, I'll walk you through 6 keto-friendly foods and small habits you can use at dinner or as an evening snack to reduce overnight blood sugar spikes for many people. These are practical, easy to prepare, and senior-friendly, and they're framed so you can bring them into an ordinary week without stress. First, a quick picture of the problem. Overnight blood sugar spikes and high fasting glucose aren't just numbers. They can sap your morning energy, cloud thinking, make balance and walking feel harder, and over time raise the risk of complications. What happens after you eat at night matters. A meal high in carbs can cause a late post-meal rise that lingers while you sleep, and that shows up as higher fasting glucose in the morning. The good news is that the right mix of protein, fat, and fiber at dinner, especially on a low-carb or keto approach, tends to slow how quickly glucose hits your bloodstream. That slower absorption often means smaller overnight peaks and steadier morning numbers for many people. I'll use plain language, give portion suggestions you can actually do, and remind you of the safety steps to take if you're on glucose-lowering medication. Here are 6 keto-friendly foods and strategies you can use at dinner time or as a bedtime snack to help lower or stabilize overnight blood sugar. For each one, a quick why, a one-line mechanism, and a simple, senior-friendly way to eat it tonight. First, eggs. Eggs are a perfect low-carb protein that keeps you full and brings vitamins seniors need. Why it helps? The protein and fat in eggs blunt the post-meal glucose rise, so your body sees less of a glucose spike after dinner. How it works? Protein slows digestion and signals your body to release less insulin at once, which reduces big swings while you sleep. How to eat it? 2 scrambled or soft-boiled eggs with a handful of spinach and a slice of avocado is an ideal dinner or late snack. Prep tip: scramble eggs gently in butter or olive oil. Fold in a handful of pre-washed baby spinach until wilted. Ready in 5 minutes. Portion guide: 2 eggs is a simple, consistent serving. 2. Fatty fish like salmon. Salmon brings high-quality protein and omega-3 fats that support muscle, heart health, and a slower post-meal glucose rise. Why it helps? A palm-sized piece of salmon plus a fatty dressing slows gastric emptying, so glucose enters the blood more quietly overnight.
How it works. The combination of protein and fat reduces the meal's glycemic impact and supports muscle maintenance, important for strength and mobility in later years. How to eat it. Bake or pan-sear a palm-sized salmon fillet, drizzle with olive oil and lemon, and serve over steamed broccoli or mixed greens. Prep tip: season salmon with salt, pepper, and a little garlic powder. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes depending on thickness. Portion guide: aim for a palm-sized piece of fish, about the size of your palm. Skin on is fine. 3. Avocado. Avocado is an easy source of monounsaturated fat and fiber, both excellent at blunting blood sugar rises. Why it helps? The fats slow digestion, and the fiber lowers the effective carbohydrate load, so your glucose curve after dinner is flatter and less likely to spike overnight. How it works? Monounsaturated fats provide slow-burning fuel. The fiber helps trap carbohydrates in the gut, so they're released more slowly. How to eat it? Slice half an avocado over scrambled eggs, or mash a whole small avocado and use it as a sauce for baked salmon and greens. Prep tip: keep a ripe avocado on hand. Slice it and add lemon to prevent browning. It pairs well with eggs and fish. Portion guide: half to 1 small avocado depending on appetite. You might be wondering, do I have to eat all 6 every night? When's the best time to eat these? And do I still need to move? Short answers: no, you don't need all 6 every night. Focus on pairing a protein plus fat plus fiber at dinner. Mix and match the items across the week. Dinner time and light bedtime snacks are the moments that matter most for overnight glucose. And yes, gentle movement like a 10 to 20-minute walk after dinner helps glucose move into your muscles and supports better morning numbers. If you're finding this useful so far, hit like and subscribe. It helps us keep sharing simple, practical tips for staying active and independent after 50. 4. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, and chia or flax seeds are low in carbs, high in healthy fats, and provide magnesium, a mineral tied to better glucose handling in many studies. Why it helps? Nuts and seeds create a slow, steady release of energy and cut the glycemic effect of a meal or snack. How it works? The mix of fat, protein, and fiber in a small handful slows carbohydrate absorption and supports overnight stability. How to eat it? A small handful, about 1 ounce, of mixed nuts after dinner or stirred into a Greek yogurt substitute makes a satisfying low-carb bedtime snack. Prep tip: keep a pre-portioned nut bags or a small jar of mixed nuts by the fridge, easy and no cook. Portion guide: 1 small handful, roughly 10 to 15 almonds or a similar volume. 5. Leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. Spinach, kale, broccoli, and cauliflower are extremely low in carbs, high in fiber and micronutrients seniors need, and they add bulk that reduces the meal's glycemic load. Why it helps. Fiber and volume in vegetables slow gastric emptying and dilute the carbohydrate density of your plate. How it works. Filling half your dinner plate with low-carb vegetables leads to smaller blood sugar rises after eating and helps your body wake up with steadier numbers. How to eat it. A big plate of sautéed spinach with garlic and olive oil, or roasted broccoli tossed with lemon and olive oil alongside your salmon. Prep tip. Steam or sauté greens quickly to preserve nutrients. Frozen chopped greens are a convenient alternative. Portion guide. Aim for a palm-sized to plate-filling portion of vegetables. Cinnamon, plus a small portion of berries, or a small serving of full-fat fermented dairy if tolerated. For a sixth option, choose between a cinnamon berry finish or a small serving of plain full-fat Greek yogurt or cottage cheese if you tolerate dairy. Why it helps. Cinnamon has modest evidence for improving post-meal glucose responses for some people, and berries are among the lowest sugar fruits when eaten in small portions. Fermented dairy brings protein and probiotics with low net carbs if you pick full-fat, no-sugar added options. How it works. Cinnamon can enhance how cells respond to insulin in certain individuals. Berries give you sweetness with minimal carb load, and fermented dairy combines protein and probiotics to support digestion and satiety. How to eat it. Sprinkle half to 1 teaspoon of cinnamon over a small bowl of full-fat Greek yogurt, about a third cup, with 4 to 6 raspberries, or stir a teaspoon of cinnamon into warm almond milk and enjoy with a small handful of walnuts. Prep tip. Choose plain, full-fat dairy with no added sugars, or a plain, unsweetened coconut or almond yogurt if dairy doesn't agree. Portion guide. 1/4 cup berries, or 1/3 cup full-fat yogurt. Cinnamon, half to 1 teaspoon. A few practical swaps and clarifications. You may recognize some classic senior nutrition items like sweet potatoes and oats. These are healthy foods for many people, but they're higher in carbs and aren't keto-friendly. On keto, we swap those for low-carb fiber-rich options like leafy greens, chia seeds, nuts, and small portions of berries. If you're transitioning from a higher-carb dinner to a keto-style plate, think of replacing one high-carb side with a leafy green or adding a fat-rich element like avocado to blunt the carb effect. Now let's put the 6 items together into realistic dinner combos you can try tonight. No fancy ingredients, no long recipes. These are built for seniors, easy to prepare and gentle on the stomach. Try this tonight. Scrambled eggs plus wilted spinach plus half an avocado. Scramble 2 eggs in butter or olive oil, stir in a handful of spinach until it wilts, top with sliced avocado. This is fast, comforting, and gives protein plus fat plus fiber in one simple plate. Another option. Baked salmon plus roasted broccoli plus small handful of walnuts.
Roast or pan-sear a palm-sized salmon fillet. Roast broccoli with olive oil and garlic. Sprinkle a small handful of walnuts on the side for extra crunch and healthy fats. A third choice, full-fat Greek yogurt, small serving, mixed with 4 to 6 raspberries and a sprinkle of cinnamon, plus a side of sliced cucumber or a small salad of mixed greens. This is a lighter evening option, but still provides protein plus fat plus fiber to stabilize overnight glucose. If you test blood sugar at home, try one of these combo tonight and check your fasting reading in the morning to see how you respond. But do so carefully if you're on medications that lower blood sugar. Keep a simple food log, what you ate, roughly when you ate, and your morning number. Over days to weeks, you'll see patterns that tell you which meals suit you best. Here is a simple 7-day micro plan to get started. The idea is consistency over perfection. Pick one combo each night, repeat favorites, and mix in different greens and nuts to keep it enjoyable. Day 1, scrambled eggs plus spinach plus half of salmon plus steamed broccoli plus small handful of walnuts. Day 3, scrambled eggs with mushrooms plus side salad, mixed greens, olive oil. Day 4, pan-seared salmon plus cauliflower mash plus a few almonds. Day 5, full-fat Greek yogurt, small, plus 4 to 6 raspberries plus cinnamon plus side of sliced bell pepper. Day 6, omelet with cheese and kale plus half an avocado. Day 7, leftover salmon or a palm-sized piece of chicken plus big mixed green salad with olive oil and a sprinkle of chia seeds. Rotate these through the week. If dairy doesn't agree, swap the yogurt for a small serving of coconut yogurt or cottage cheese alternative, or pick the cinnamon walnut bedtime drink. Warm, unsweetened almond milk with cinnamon and a sprinkle of chopped walnuts. Movement and timing matter too. A gentle 10 to 20 minute walk after dinner is one of the simplest ways to help your muscles use glucose and reduce overnight spikes. Aim for light movement you enjoy. A stroll around the block, marching in place while you fold laundry, or gentle leg lifts while sitting if balance is a concern. If you're new to moving after meals, start with 5 to 10 minutes and build up as you feel comfortable. Safety first. If you take medications that lower blood sugar, especially insulin or sulfonylureas, don't make large changes to diet without checking with your prescribing clinician. These food strategies can lower glucose in many people, and medication adjustments may be needed under medical supervision to avoid low blood sugar. If you're using insulin or have type 1 diabetes, contact your provider before trying significant changes and monitor closely. Also, if you have kidney disease or other chronic conditions, talk to your clinician about portion sizes and protein choices. The guidance I have given is educational and lifestyle focused. It is not a substitute for personalized medical advice.
A few more practical tips to keep this simple. Keep portion-sized nuts ready, pre-wash and bag greens for quick cooking, and keep a few palm-sized fish fillets in the freezer for easy dinners. When you're at the grocery store, choose plain, full-fat dairy without added sugars, and pick berries low in sugar, like raspberries or blackberries, for small portions. Use olive oil, butter, or MCT oil to add healthy fats that blunt glucose absorption. But remember that fats are calorie-dense. If you're watching weight, you can still use these in balanced portions. What about cravings, late-night hunger, or feeling shaky before bed? First, check with your clinician if you experience frequent lows or highs. For typical evening hunger on keto, a bowl of scrambled eggs with a little avocado or a small handful of nuts can be enough to calm you without sending your glucose up. Avoid high-sugar desserts or starchy snacks late at night. They tend to create bigger overnight swings. Let's recap the 6 keto-friendly foods and strategies that may help lower or stabilize overnight blood sugar. Eggs for protein and vitamin support, fatty fish like salmon for protein and omega-3 fats, avocado for monounsaturated fat and fiber, nuts and seeds for healthy fats, fiber, and magnesium, leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables for low-carb bulk and micronutrients, and cinnamon with small portions of berries or fermented dairy as an optional low-carb finish. Mix and match them across the week. Pair a protein plus fat plus fiber at dinner and add a gentle post-meal walk. One practical action you can take tonight. Pick one dinner combo from those I suggested. Keep it simple, prepare it in under 20 minutes, and if you monitor glucose at home, note your fasting number in the morning. If you're on medication, call your provider or diabetes educator before making larger changes and plan safe monitoring. Before I close, a reminder I can't emphasize enough. Responses vary. These foods can help many seniors reduce overnight glycemic spikes over days to weeks, but they're not guaranteed cures and they don't replace prescribed medications. If you're on insulin or sulfonylureas or have type 1 diabetes, speak with your clinician before trying new patterns and monitor carefully. If you experience symptoms of low blood sugar, sweating, shaking, confusion, follow your medical plan and seek care. Try one of tonight's combos and tell us in the comments which you picked and how you felt in the morning. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. We share weekly, practical tips for staying strong and independent after 50. We'll be here to guide you through more keto-friendly meals, gentle movement ideas, and simple strategies to keep your mornings better.